Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This is the newest addition to meditation contemplation. And I would say today's is more contemplation, simply because Thursday in Canada was Truth and Reconciliation Day. And if you're not sure what that is, if you're not from here, it's an acknowledging of the stories of the First Nation peoples of Canada, all of them. A reconciling, or so the word says, of what went on for them. The residential schools where they were scooped, literally scooped from their homes and brought to church-run schools where they had, as the saying goes, the Indian taken from them. I chose to sit under this beautiful print today to record this because it is a symbol of the fact that it couldn't be taken. That's, for me, the truth. That is the truth of everything. So reconciliation is an interesting choice of words, I find. And this is, I think, where the meditation of things comes in. To reconcile with something, to make friendly again, to refriend. One would question whether or not anything that happened to the First Nations was ever in a friendly form, or if it was all with purpose and intent. For me, it goes so much farther. And I don't want to pacify anybody, reconcile them to what happened. I want them to remember and hold it close and be so fully aware of what went on that nobody can convince them to go down that path again. And the truth that each of us has to speak matters. The truth that each of us holds in our heart matters. But it is something larger than what's given lip service by a few politicians. I'm sure there are many that care, but it's become another branded thought. Great, we've made a holiday. We will listen to the stories today, and then we'll continue doing whatever we're doing. We will arrest First Nations peoples for protesting logging trucks driving into their territories to take out all the trees. We will arrest First Nations peoples for blocking access to areas that were never given away in order that we might build another pipeline. And again, the truth goes farther than that. What is truth? Truth isn't just the ideas I have about me. Truth is something that is never changing. In Sanskrit and Vedic philosophy, the word is ritam. Beautiful word, isn't it? Ritam. Ritam is the root word of rhythm, of rituals, of rites. This is what's been taken. This is a truth that needs to be reconnected to, not just voicing what has happened, but voicing the thing that was removed. Except it never really was, because when there is truth, you can't ever take it away. You can bury it, you can hide it, but at some point it rises back to the surface. So ritam. Ritam is the laws of nature, the laws that govern everything in the universe. When you sit, when you meditate, you sometimes feel it. If you're new to it, you might not know what that feeling is, but if you've been doing it for a long time, you start to recognize it. You start to recognize that thing that you drop into, that place, that feeling where it's not about this and not about what your schedule is, but there's something else. That's why when people are done meditating, they step up and back into their day and they're calmer. They are nicer to each other. They're less reactive, less angry, healthier. So, truth and reconciliation. This has to go farther. These First Nations peoples of what we call Canada, of what we call all these different countries in the world, they lived within nature. Perfectly? No. Life isn't about being perfect. None of us are perfect. But they did it with a sense of being with family. That to me is truth. Everything alive is family. If my mother, as when I was a child, would give her last breath to save me from something, well, every tree out there is giving their last breath to save us from ourselves. That's truth. And yet, we're just worried about what we get. We've destroyed cultures. When I say we, I'm not putting blame on you, me, right here, right now, but we as a whole, because we've, as a whole, as a collective, allowed all this to happen and watched it, wondering what we get. Afraid sometimes to say something. But truth, rhythm, when it starts stepping back into life, that's when you reconnect, when you become healthier in the body, in the mind, in the energy you put out into everything. Maybe for you, no matter where you are, you take this moment of truth and reconciliation, and you decide what it is you want to reconcile with. What do you want to befriend again? Wouldn't it be nice if it was all of nature? Imagine what could happen. You start eating things that came from the earth, that the earth gifted, and then you hold a ritual of thanks for that food, and you return something back to the earth. That's a rhythm, that's a cycle. Maybe you start appreciating the rotation of the moon around the earth. It's a rhythm. It happens every month. It's in a beautiful beat. If you like music, then you should understand nature. I believe we need to go much farther than truth and reconciliation, but first we need to recognize what it is we have unfriended and befriended again. And then we need to ask each other our truths. Ask people who have known the land, who still have some of that learning left, what it is we're meant to do. What is it that will support all of nature so that nature can support us? This life should be beautiful. Each of us should understand how beautiful we are within this life and how worthy of love we are, and how worthy the person across from us is of love, no matter how little we know about them. This is truth. We need to break free of all these stories that have bound us into this place of dis-ease, and reclaim our truth. Reconcile here first with your heart. Because I think for a lot of us, we've unfriended our hearts. And then when your heart and you become friends again, your truth will bubble out. You know amazing things. This is where we all start to heal. And it starts with us each taking a moment, gazing into somebody's eyes, taking a breath with them, and another. And really, truly seeing them and letting them see you. And then tell them what the truth is that you see. Me, I'll tell you that each of you is the embodiment of the beauty of the universe, that you are incredible, that you are powerful, that you are capable of being whatever and whoever you need to be in this lifetime, and that we need you. Namaste.